After Dark Film Festival. We've got an event coming up in just a couple of short weeks. We're going to be screening Austin After Dark Film Festival Fall 2022, which will be our final event of the year. It's going to be a fun one. It's all about content that is intended for a mature audience, everything from dark drama, horror films, science fiction, dark fantasy, animated films, music videos, even series pilots. And we're looking forward to screening just a whole bunch of films that are geared at a mature audience. Please don't bring the kids. We'll be at Austin Film Society Cinema enjoying a great slate, probably about 6 hours of movies. And we are joined today by Joanne and Will from the film crew. Lena, how you doing?
Hello.
Hey,
Good.
nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Congrats.
really nice
Lena is nominated for our Best Picture award. So congrats.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So exciting.
Well, I am excited
exciting.
I am excited to screen it. The judges are excited, and I'm sure that a lot of people watching are like, what is this movie about? I'm the type of person that'll give away the end. So I'm going to turn it over to one of you to tell me the synopsis of Lena.
Okay. So Lena is an homage to 80s horror. It's a story about a woman who moves into a new neighborhood in search of a fresh start after a bad breakup. And while she's exploring her new surroundings, she finds Lena, a cute and creepy doll. She brings her in, and then that night, some unsettling and mysterious occurrences begin to happen.
All
And
right.
that's it. And that's all I can reveal.
Tantalizing. So creatively speaking, why would you create this film? Was it a bit of a personal experience or maybe a story you've been sitting on for a while? Why did you create this movie?
No, actually, it's definitely not something I was sitting on. Lena is my mom's real childhood doll that she received from my grandmother as a gift when she was in 7th grade, which I think is a very interesting, also dynamic to the story. So I was at my mom's during the pandemic, and I was coloring her hair, and then all of a sudden, something just struck me, and I got this idea, and I just said, Mom, can I make a movie with Lena? And she was like, sure. And I was like, are you sure you're cool if I, do that? And she's like, of course. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, let me just see when we're done. Let me just look at her, take a couple photos of her, and just kind of see what's happening here. But this is something that's filling my whole body. I might have to do this. So then I pulled her out of the closet. My mom always kept her in the closet. And then, which is also interesting. And then I looked at her, and my mom's like, you can take her right now. I was like, no, that's okay, Mom. That's okay. Let me just think about this. And then I came home that night, and I called Will, and I said, I think I have an idea. And he was like, let's do it. He's like, let's write an outline. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. I've never done anything like this before. He's like, we can do it. So then we did it, and we started. So yeah, it was kind of cool. It was something that just hit me. I've never really thought about directing a movie, creating a movie, anything. So it was kind of a cool thing that happened, and there was no stopping me, really.
Wow. Anything you'd like to add to that one, Will?
Not really. I mean, just like it was interesting. I'd known Joanne for a little bit at that point, and she contacted me about the idea, and I thought it was a pretty intriguing idea because it was based on, like she said, a doll from her childhood. I was like, all right, so let's see what we can do to try to make this happen. So I've been writing stuff on my own for a number of years, and I was like, well, let's do a short film. So I wrote like an outline, and the two of us wrote the first draft, and then from there, Joanne took it, and then she put her own spin on it over time, and that's how that came about as far as the inception of it.
Okay, and from a technical perspective, just getting this whole thing done. Anything you learn? I always feel like every film is a little bit of film school. What'd you learn on this one, Joanne?
Yeah, it was absolutely a film school for me. And I think I've learned a lot. I learned a lot of things. Like, this interview is not that long. so there's so many things. But I think there's a couple of things that really stand out to me. And one thing is, what I really learned is just the kindness of other filmmakers who really step up to help someone explore their vision and help their vision come to fruition. And that's what I really experienced the most. And it was just the most amazing thing ever. I can't even believe how many amazing artists that I met that gave me advice and also said yes and came on and were a part of the film. And that was just great. And then another thing I learned was, that it was really hard to make the tough decisions. There was a lot of tough decisions to make that I had to sort of live with, and I pay a lot of attention to detail, and so that was quite challenging, but it was wonderful. I'm excited. I wouldn't turn it in for anything.
I hear that.
It was good. It was good.
What about you, Will? Anything to add to that?
Yeah. Overall, it was because I shot a couple of short films before, so I kind of knew what was going to happen. When you shoot a short, you plan endlessly on what to do, but then something always goes wrong. Something always happens, and then you have to find a way to make it work. So Lena, especially if it was Joanne's first short, I was planning after writing it, I helped her storyboard it, and I was going to help her move to actually making it, but then a big life event happened, and I had to move away from California. I had to move back to my home state in Texas. So Joanne was kind of like on her own in that, and it was her first short, and she had a lot to deal with, but any way I could help out, I helped out as much as I could, even when it was something as picking like a particular scene or to film, or a particular style of clothing, or the way she would do certain things. But at the end of the day, I did as much as I could on my end, but Joanne, she really impressed me. For a first short film, she just went all out, making sure that even as things got a little hard to do at times, she managed to pull herself out of it, and through the end saw her vision through the end of the production. So I was able to help her out here and there, but she was incredibly self-resilient, and that's what impressed me about it overall, making this film.
All right. Well, let's get on to other things. Let's learn about the future. Is there a part 2 to Lena, or is there something else, another project you're working on, Joanne?
A part 2. I would like to explore the possibility of a Lena feature. That's definitely, because when I made the film, I kind of made it as a teaser. It was sort of like let's see what I can do. Let's see what this is. And the story just kind of happened so quickly for me. So I would like to explore that. And then also I really love directing, and I'd love to direct some more things. And I have some ideas of some things that I'd like to work out and do. So yeah.
All right, man, exciting times. What about you? What are you working on?
Yeah, I'm working with a buddy on a potential feature. So that's something he's been trying to get it off the ground for a little bit of time. And so I'm working on that. I do comic books, so I'm doing a bit of writing on that. And with Joanne, I'm shooting off ideas with her on what the next thing, because the experience with Lena was so rewarding and so awesome that I'm super eager to work with her on whatever next project she wants to do. So we're coming up with the right idea to be able to do together. So that's something I'm also doing with her.
Good. I keep hearing the word feature. I like that. It's the next step.
Right?
Shorts are never enough.
That was the goal, right?
Right. Totally.
That sounds great. Well, we're excited to screen it. We're really excited. The judges, you make us look good with great content like this. And, we're ready to get this show on the road. Austin After Dark, has been just a great event since the beginning. Keeps growing and growing. The quality keeps getting better and better. And you're a part of that. And we appreciate that. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go?
Well, actually, Lena wants to say hi. So she's here with us.
So
she just wants to do a little quick hello.
Don't look in her eyes.
And then I'd also like to thank the judges at the Austin After Dark Festival, and you, Michael, for accepting Lena and for nominating us for the award. That's quite exciting. And wow, it's a thing for me. And just all the amazing filmmakers and artists and everybody who's answered my emails and said yes. That's a huge thing for me. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you for the kind words. We're looking forward to the event. Did you want to add anything there, Will?
Of course.
Yeah, just again, thank you for having us. We're really looking forward to seeing, everyone's films, being there in person, and I'm excited too. So I can't wait.
All right. Well, thanks for making the
Yeah.
time today. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, Michael.
Have a good one.